2 days ago, the U.S. and Iran agreed to a ceasefire, and within hours, mortgage rates started moving in the right direction. So here's what's happening and what it means for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to be bringing you completely up to speed on where rates are right now, what the ceasefire means for the market going forward, and most importantly, what opportunity looks like for buyers and sellers in the market today. All right, so first, let's recap quickly. Back in late February, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate had finally dropped below 6%. That was the first time in 4 years. Then on February 28th, conflict in Iran started. Immediately, oil prices spiked, inflation fears took over, and mortgage rates climbed sharply, all the way up to about 6.57% by early April. But here's the new development. On April 7th, 3 days ago, President Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran that's going to be mediated by Pakistan, with Iran agreeing to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Markets responded immediately. Oil prices began dropping, stock prices began surging as soon as the news of the ceasefire hit. Mortgage rates, of course, followed the market. As of April 9th, that's yesterday, Freddie Mac reported that the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.37%, and that's down from 6.46% the prior week. Now, that's the first meaningful decline in a month, according to Freddie Mac. Now, here's an important caveat, and I'll say this as clearly as I can. The ceasefire is being described as fragile. So we'll have to see what happens. The Strait of Hormuz is currently open, but there has been some uncertain traffic. There's just a lot going on right now, especially in that part of the world. And it has created a real tension around whether the agreement will hold. So we're not completely out of the woods yet, but the direction of travel has shifted. So if you've been on the sidelines waiting for a sign or a signal to have a real conversation about buying or selling a home in North Atlanta suburbs, this is that signal. You can text HOME to the number right up here, 678-824-8475. I would love to sit down with you, run some numbers with you, to find out kind of your specific situation. All right, let's get back into this. Here's what this means for buyers and sellers. The thing that a lot of people miss during a time like this is that buyers who are going to win this spring are the ones who are already prepared. They're pre-approved, or they're in the process of getting pre-approved. They're ready to move. They're working with an agent, so that as soon as market conditions shift, like they did this week, those buyers can react quickly. Because here's the thing, rates can move fast in both directions, as we've seen over the past couple of months. Now, what's working in buyers' favors right now, beyond the rate movement, is simply that inventory is up significantly compared to recent years. Buyers are seeing more homes for sale than they have in quite some time. And sellers, especially those who need to move, are offering, they're being more flexible on terms rather than just cutting prices. And that's a combination that offers and creates some real opportunities for prepared buyers. Now, on the other side of the coin, sellers, the message is very similar. Buyers are still touring homes, they're still submitting offers. It's just that they're being a little more realistic than they were back in the post-COVID peak frenzy years. Proper pricing and presentation still matter enormously. Overpriced homes are sitting. Well-priced homes, they're moving. And zooming out just for a minute, Some forecasters had originally predicted rates could fall below 6% for the rest of 2026 back before the war began. However, most analysts have revised those expectations upwards. But if the ceasefire holds and negotiations in Islamabad continue to progress well, that more optimistic outlook could return, according to NerdWallet. Now, a lot of that does depend on what happens in the next 2 weeks. All right, now let's look at the local insight. Here in the North Atlanta markets, I'm watching this closely. Our luxury segment, that's the $750,000 and above, those buyers tend to be less rate sensitive, but they are very confidence sensitive. Geopolitical stability does matter a lot to those buyers. A ceasefire that holds is genuinely good news for people that are starting those conversations and looking to get off the fence. So if you've been thinking about making a move this spring, whether you're buying, selling, or both, let's talk before the next shift happens in the market instead of waiting until after. I'm Drew Thomas, the Remix Realtor with Northwest Georgia Homes. Please feel free to reach out to me, text me, or call me at the number right up here. I'll reply back to you as quickly as I'm able. And I hope to see you on the next video.